Welcome, family and friends. This is Terrence Manning. This is My Thoughts Uncut. We're going to talk about the Twin Cities. Yes, Minnesota, Minneapolis, the ICE operations there, all this immigration fraud, and the amount of arrests that they made so far while there and since January. Let's take a look.
The Secretary of Homeland Security is in the Twin Cities, and Kristi Noem is speaking with the media at the Federal Whipple building in the last 30 minutes.
She discussed ICE operations and immigration enforcement in Minnesota, laying out the arrests that they have conducted so far this year.
Just since January, they have removed over 4,300 individuals off of our streets who have been arrested and were committing crimes and here illegally in this country. 3,316 had criminal histories, which means they were out there perpetuating violence against citizens here, and now they're no longer doing that because of the work of these law enforcement officers. Of those individuals, 98 of them were gang members, members of foreign terrorist organizations as designated by the Trump administration. Also, 11 of those individuals were known or suspected terrorists.
The secretary.
So you mean to tell me that's look, I didn't do the math, but that's a high percentage of people that were in the city of Minneapolis and in the state of Minnesota who were illegally there, and not only illegally there, but committed crimes while they're in there. So you mean to tell me you come to this great country and the first thing you do is commit crimes? That's the first thing you think of doing. Not trying to live a good life. You know what? You committed crimes in that other country you're in, whatever other country you came from. You come here and you want to do the same thing. And they do the same thing because they know if they get arrested, they're back in the streets. And that's why these sanctuary cities needs to be obliterated. No more sanctuary cities. We should not have that in law. They need to change the laws.
Terry saying people arrested have charges against them such as murder, assaults, robberies, carjackings, and also shootings. Our Maury Glover will have much more on what Noem discussed today. That's coming up at 5:30.
And this afternoon, a group came out to protest Kristi Noem's visit to the Twin Cities. As you can see, a large group gathering outside the Whipple Federal Building.
They say they don't want ICE here or the National Guard. Fox 9's Rob Olsen.
Of course not.
Joining us now, there right now. Rob, they are clearly pretty upset and outspoken about how they feel.
Yeah, very loud as well, too. You can hear it, a large crowd that's grown quite a bit just in the last hour. Very animated, very passionate, very peaceful out here as well. This was thrown together fairly quickly, too, since news yesterday of Noem's visit here. There's a protest.
You see that sign? All are welcome. Yeah, all are welcome until they take your resources, until your state, city is in deficit, and they can't afford to give you any food, any shelter. Your kids are in school and it's overpopulated because of the kids that came here illegally with their parents. Oh, all is welcome then, huh? And if you work for the government shut down. These people that are here illegally was taking all the resources from the government, from the state and local and federal when Biden was in office. So we'll see how long you feel that way when the Democratic Party leave you out to dry.
Planned for tomorrow called No Trump, No Troops at the state capitol in the afternoon. That's been in the works for a couple of weeks. But again, this one came together pretty quickly and again, pretty passionately.
ICE out! ICE out! ICE out!
The Minnesota reaction to Kristi Noem's visit came together quick.
Why this is what I don't understand, people. Why is there a pride flag there? You're protesting for ICE not to be there. In the sense you're protesting for illegal immigrants to be in your state, in your country, basically. So what does the pride flag have to do with any of this? I never understand why each and every protest, when it comes to the No Kings and any other protest they had basically about anti-ICE, it's the pride flag there. ICE is not against homosexuals or the alphabet community. Why is a pride flag there? People in the chat, not the chat, but when you make comments, let me know what you think about that, because I have no idea why they're in there.
Under the banner of the People's Action Coalition against Trump.
Your hate has no place here. Your ignorance has no place here.
A collection of various activist groups gathering in front of the Whipple.
She's reading a
Trump's method
something
of
written.
intimidation with the National Guard, with ICE, will not work.
To say they will
Why are they reading something they wrote instead of speaking from the heart? They're reading something that someone wrote for them. Like, you're making a speech instead of just talking from the heart.
never be silent in opposing immigration crackdowns and the use of federal troops in American cities.
In the halls of power
Right, they
now,
are so dumb.
Republicans, they just roll over. Democrats are performatively resisting. But it's us, the people.
Do they not have any
stand up for
jobs?
one another.
How are they doing this during the
visit to
day all
Twin
the time?
Cities now stokes real fears that ICE enforcement may be about to ramp up in Minnesota.
We've been expecting that for a while. We fit the criteria of a lot of other cities and states that have been targeted.
Paul Frymuth is the co-chair of Minnesota 5150, helping coordinate the various groups in this response, as well as Saturday's rally at the state capitol. He said they've learned a lesson from protests in Portland to use absurdity as a defense, to show they're passionate about their beliefs. In Portland.
Look at this. Why are they dressed up like it's Halloween? This is like just a gathering, like a gathering to have fun. What's he dressed up as a skeleton for when you're protesting about immigration?
Use absurdity as a defense to show they're passionate about their beliefs, but not dangerous, as they often get labeled.
People in frog costumes aren't going around and looting buildings and things.
Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. Democrats, liberals, if you want people to take your protest seriously, dressing up like a frog while protesting, that ain't gonna cut it. People are gonna think you're crazy. What?
Things like that. We're people who are just out here trying to protect our neighbors and want to live our lives.
And again, this protest rally out in front of the federal building as Kristi Noem speaks inside just a few minutes ago continues here. And again, a rally.
Let's take another look at the actual stats, what these ICE operations have actually captured. Because that protest was ridiculous.
Since January, federal law enforcement officers with Homeland Security say 4,300 have been arrested for criminal activity, of which 3,300 had a previous criminal history. What is the status for what ICE and Homeland Security is doing in your home state?
Well, first off, God bless Donald J. Trump and Kristi Noem for what they...
So back what I said earlier, that's 77% of the people who came into Minnesota illegally. 77% of those people committed crimes while in the city of Minneapolis in the state of Minnesota. 77%. So when conservatives and when Republicans say majority of them are committing crimes, it's true. A majority of them are.
They're doing. You just referenced the number 4,300 illegal aliens since just January, Bill. And what you didn't add was these are murderers, these are human traffickers, and these are people who have committed sexual assault. And it's all because of the failed leadership of Tim Walz and Keith Ellison and all these others that literally had no problem with open borders and made Minnesota a sanctuary state. They have literally invited this in.
Look at this. This is ridiculous. All heinous crimes. And then sexual assault, I'm assuming it's towards women or kids. And aren't we supposed to be protecting women's rights? Aren't we supposed to protect children? So you see these protests go on for what? Like ICE is protecting women's rights by not having these monsters assaulting them.
And it's deep, Bill. You not only have the 4,300 illegals, but the FBI has recently uncovered some very serious immigration fraud. I think they're up to 250 cases and just, falsifying records, etc. Minnesota has become a haven for this type of illegal activity. And God bless our ICE agents and our president and Kristi Noem for going after it.
Okay.
All right. He even said it, immigration fraud. Let's take a look.
Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't.
You hear this? You didn't hear it? Let me rewind it. There you go.
Target cases involving more than 900 individuals.
More than 900 individuals committing immigration fraud.
Our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud,
Marriage
visa
fraud.
overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found.
Claiming to work at businesses that can't even be found. If that's not fraud, I don't know what to tell you. It's blatant fraud.
Forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies.
Now you see, people want to say, oh, we are not compassionate. Oh, we just let people in. No, you can't let people in and steal the resources that we have as U.S. citizens. It's United States citizens first, America first. We need to just completely reform this immigration system. H1, H2As, H1Bs, F1s, the marriage fraud, and marriage fraud's been going on forever. So that's something that's very old. But I'm extremely excited that ICE is doing their thing. Since January, they've captured all those criminals and all those illegal immigrants in Minnesota. I hope they continue their mission. Each city, each state, especially the sanctuary cities. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll check you out. Appreciate you. Peace.